From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Mexico City Diablos. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
2nd and 10.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida, and he'll get this one up to the 26.
Matt Breida.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Myles Garrett.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Breida. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He was brought down by Denzel.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And able to to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield to be able to get...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
They'll take over. First down and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
26,
Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll roll him out right. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On first down, it's Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Queen on the tackle.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brings up second.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
19-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
By Derek Ford. An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
On the play. It's 4th down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7. Diablos nothing.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Throws this on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
It's the game at 7. Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
22 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
On 1st down, here's Breida. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Breida. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run with Breida. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. They run for it with Breida, and he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, all knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
3-yard pickup.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's Jackson to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Philip Dorsett by himself. Touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 96 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And this
will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Lining up for the
and a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Brings up a third down.
And now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson. And that is incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
First down, Baltimore.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. And
they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. There's plenty of time to get back in this game.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
A 1-yard loss brings up 2nd and 16 at the 19.
2nd and long. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete here.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10. Just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away.
4-yard line.
Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LRDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
26 months. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They go play action here on first down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Mexico City, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They run again with Breida. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Ball carrier.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
The tackle.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to Dobbins on first. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give to Breida. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
He's taken down at the 30.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
On the play. First down, Baltimore.
This is Breida. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Jackson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they have to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Tariq Cohen on the return. They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's back to throw. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Mexico City, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the...
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
30-yard attempt.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first throw here in overtime. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a give coming right is Breida. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
43-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And the Raven first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Breida. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. I want to get to him and get him on the ground. And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Third down, a run from Breida. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
A 27-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Baltimore,
Tie me up in chains, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah. Look at me, out of the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yeah, the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs. In a town you create where there ain't no love. Where do I go? Where do I go? Now when I'm home, when I'm on my own. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Huge us in the belly of the beach, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge gon' sink in? Life gives you lemons and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pour it on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze on each and every way. Put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Lemonade, lemonade.
Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Oh.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid